Good day, everyone. Today we will discussing the different theories of women's oppression. These theories help us understand how and why women have been treated unequally in society throughout history. So our learning outcomes at the end of this chapter, the student should be able to state his or her own understanding of the roots of sexual discrimination and explain why discrimination is not necessary for the development of human civilization and how it evolved based on historical circumstances.
So how important are women? Women have always played a crucial role in human survival. In early societies, they were responsible for food production through gathering and preparation, which provided most of the daily diet. They ensured the survival of the community by raising children and passing down knowledge. Women are also the first healers because of their knowledge of herbs and medicine. There are several theories on women's oppressions. These include the shift from goddess to god worship, early goddess-based social organization, and the mother goddess cult. Other explanations are the Eve or Pandora concept and the shift of production in society.
The Theory 1, the shift of paradigm. This first theory suggests a significant change in how societies viewed women. It proposes that there were ancient woman-centric cultures, meaning societies where women, perhaps even female deities, were central and highly respected. But some scholars, like Miles, even believe that the earliest great gods in civilization were women. These perspectives suggest that in these past societies, women might have been more respected than men. This shift from a female-centered view is considered one potential root cause of women's later oppression. Next is the Theory 1.1, the shift of paradigm. This slide delves into how the transition from female-centric to male-centric worship occurred. This progression was not quick, but a slow and often violent process. A key turning point was when men began to understand their own biological role in fertility. As a result, women's value in society diminished, while women were relegated to being merely receptive vessels for life, rather than active participants. The next theory is the Theory 1.2, the early goddess-based social organization. Following the shift, this period saw people move away from mythical explanations and increasingly focus on empirical or observable facts. This new emphasis led to the preeminence or dominance of the male and his reproductive organ, resulting in a significant increase in male power within societies and the rise of inequality. The slide highlights that religion played a major role in contributing to this oppression, as negative traits attributed and many religious texts were used to justify their diminished status and oppression in society.
Theory 2 focuses on Eve. In many Western religious beliefs, Eve is often seen negatively because she ate the forbidden fruit. She is blamed for the fall of humanity and for bringing suffering into the world. For Pandora, the first woman was created by Zeus as revenge. Her curiosity unleashed evils upon the world when she opened a forbidden jar.
The theory posits that Epimetheus was convinced to accept Pandora to avoid Zeus' wrath. Pandora, in her foolish, opened a jar, releasing a sprite that introduced old age, sickness, and to vice humanity. Negative perceptions toward women may stem from the decline of Mother Goddess worship and rise to philocentric worship, and negative implication concerning women's roles found in the Christian Bible story. Based on the stories of Eve and Pandora, women have been viewed as lesser than men. The origin of suffering, feeble-minded, manipulated, lacking of apparatus, and untrustworthy due to perceived weak will. In the context of Eve and Pandora stories, women were perceived as catalysts for men irrationally and irresponsibly, deemed unfit leadership or intellectual pursuits, and subject to misogynistic treatment by Christianity.
This slide explains how women were often viewed negatively through the stories of Eve and Pandora. In these narratives, women were seen as the cause of human suffering and temptation, which led people to believe that they are dangerous and must be controlled. Religion also played a major role in shaping these ideas by associating women with negative traits in many religious texts. As a result, these beliefs contributed to the justification of women's oppression in society.
This question highlights a significant historical paradox. If Jesus himself demonstrated respect and acknowledgement of women's capabilities. Why has Christianity at various points throughout history been associated with misogynistic treatment of women?
A shift of productions from hunting and foraging that shift to agriculture is likewise a principal theory for the separation of women. A shift of reproduction. Human reproduction for the purpose of creating more workers become a crucial task in society. It has become necessary to keep women at home to produce and raise children. Reproduction had to be protected and controlled so women had to be watched. Sexuality has to be overseen so that the community could be assured that the children they produce will become loyal members of society. Separations of the value of women and their awareness of their own value are evident. Women's individual from public life become even more pronounced. Women were venerated for their personality and for worship for their power to bear life, which made domination and equality arose and affirmation. Affirmation is often justified by essentialist reasons. Essentialist arguments assert that the affirmation of a woman is due to the nature of their gender or their socially constructed rules. Primary source of downfall. Unworthiness of great acts, smaller, weak bodies, weak minds, child barrier, less bulky, incapable, less capable of scientific and others highly academic endeavors, more weakness, sustainable for leadership. Affirmation of woman is made possible because of a exciting system that orient people towards appraising women not because women are fundamentally weak or bad.
So, in conclusion, understanding the different theories of women's oppression help us recognize the root causes of gender inequality and encourages us to work together in building a more just and equal society for everyone. Have a good day.